want to talk about
unamused.
FR0 Zen. Oh, that's a completely different person.
Okay.
Can you tell us about him?
He lost, so he's not worth talking about.
You know what? In more exciting news, this is probably my favorite video game-related news story of this year. I'm putting it at the top right now. Paramount is set to create a Duke Nukem movie. And of course, when you think of Duke Nukem, who do you think's going to play him, guys?
I know the answer.
And so do I, so.
Oh, well.
There's really only one guy.
It's John Cena! I feel like if we had gone to that well again by just literally playing the drop, it would have just
I actually thought you were because you're here typing in YouTube. So
I was gonna do it. I was thinking about doing it, but fuck that.
No, you shouted. It was actually way better than using the bit. But yeah, so John Cena, he's in talks to play the walking action movie trope as Paramount's Platinum Dunes looks to bring the character to life in the near future. And for those that don't know, Platinum Dunes is of course the studio run by none other than Michael Bay.
Oh, Jesus.
Though no director has been formally announced just
How would they
yet.
even do this? Like, honestly. Real question. How would they pull this off and make it acceptable in 2018? Because, like, I find it hard to believe that you're going to get John Cena to give strippers, dollar bills to take their tops off. And I mean, there's a lot of shit that Duke Nukem got away with that you would not be able to get away with if John Cena is Duke Nukem. WWE is not going to let him do that. There's no way.
Oh, you think that it's his okay, that actually makes a lot more sense then.
That's the thing is that, he's got a certain image that he's got to maintain. There's going to be stipulations in his contract of what they're going to let him do and what they're not going to let him do.
All right, so now
John Cena, and by the way, John Cena's a great actor.
Yeah.
I think
the few things I've seen him in,
he's legitimately fucking funny. Like, I actually think that Cock Blockers looks like a fairly decent movie, but he was also in that Amy Schumer movie Trainwreck and was quite funny.
All right, here's the question I have for you, because you are way more plugged into the wrestling scene than either of us are, and I wish that Callie was here too, so we maybe pick his brain a little bit about it as well. It's not obviously uncommon. We've seen The Rock do it. I think Steve Austin's tried to do it, but where they go from wrestling into basically a full-blown acting career, right?
Right.
Has there been any rumors or rumblings that John Cena would be leaving the WWE at any point?
People come and go out of the WWE to film movies all the time.
Right.
It was more like, when The Rock went to Hollywood, it was on a full-time basis. There's not, like, you've got to get a hit underneath your belt to be able to justify that.
Right.
And I can't remember what the movie was that sort of, like, made The Rock a household name. But there was like a run, there was a run of like 4 or 5 movies maybe after The Tooth Fairy.
Oh, Jesus.
Remember that movie? Yeah, that was great.
Watched it, but
I didn't want to.
That helps, catapult them. I mean, a lot of times people leave the WWE because of injury.
Right.
I don't think that was necessarily the case for The Rock.
I don't think it was either.
No, I think he just had more earning potential in Hollywood.
Yeah, well, because you're right, because I was never connecting the two that when you and Callie over on Checkpoint Radio were talking about how his good guy image and how he couldn't be in a rated R movie. I'm thinking he can be in whatever the hell he wants to be. But you're right. Except if it's written into the WWE contract that you have to maintain this image outside of it.
I don't know that it is, but WWE has been much more active in managing and maintaining the movie careers of their stars.
Okay.
Like what was that one movie, The Marine?
Yes.
That had
that was originally John Cena was in the first one, wasn't he?
I think so.
I think so,
but
too.
I mean, like that has a whole bunch of, and the fact that WWE is representing them as talent, I think that's where you're gonna hit the rub. That's where the real rub is. Because I mean, like John Cena, he's taken some very comedic roles,
right?
But none of them, like you're not really confused that's not John Cena the wrestler, that's John Cena the actor, right? Like I think in like specifically action movies that there's a bit more of a concern with.
Let me ask you this:
maintaining some kind of character consistency.
At this point, when we look back on Duke Nukem, yes, at the time
they're up to Marine 6, says Kooky.
Are you kidding me?
I believe that.
I think that there might be more Marine movies than there are Land Before Time movies. That's
no.
Oh, okay.
They're at least up to 8.
All right.
Land Before Time?
Yeah,
I thought
at least.
Really? I thought they were like in the teens, but
probably.
Wow. Kooky, let us know. But anyway, even when he first came out, Duke Nukem was already a walking cliche. And now when we look back on him, like, it's so ridiculous that he doesn't even really stand up nowadays because his like jokes and references themselves are even outdated, right? So you don't think that they could I don't even know if this is a possibility, but do it in such a ridiculous way that it wouldn't have to be rated R. I mean, obviously, when we think about it, it's kind of like the whole Deadpool thing. Like, if you make a Deadpool movie, it's got to be rated R, right? Could they do this in such a way where, okay, he's about to hand the stripper the money, and then we see the view from the back, so she's not actually showing her tits? Like, you don't think there's ways that they could, like, dance around it to where, yes, it would be bad and ridiculous, but it's also Duke Nukem, so it's already bad and ridiculous.
Yeah, probably.
Wow. He was so defeated with that.
I mean, probably. Like, that's the thing is that you can do nearly endless amounts of shit, but who's going to want to see that? Who's going to want to see a toned down version of Duke Nukem? Like real shit. Honestly.
Is anybody going to want to see a not toned down version of Duke Nukem?
I mean, if I'm going to go see a Duke Nukem movie, I want there to be all the fucking stupid one-liners. I want there to be explosion. See, the thing is I guess I don't care enough about Duke Nukem.
That's the thing.
To really even... But
when we heard about this, no one thought that's actually going to be a legitimately good movie. It's a bad idea for a movie. You have a potential terrible director. And even though, yes, John Cena is a great... he's got some great comedic chops. When we think of him as Duke Nukem, we just think... Of course.
But they're gonna pour money into it like it's Apocalypse Now, as opposed to what they should do with it and spend the money that they spent on maybe Sharknado or the Swamp Thing. And
they're up to 5 now, by the way.
You know what I mean? Like if you make it cheap and stupid, that has then you don't have to put people in seats to make it a blockbuster movie. I mean, it's Michael fucking Bay behind it too.
Oh yeah.
Michael Bay does a lot of really good things well. Not taking himself seriously is not one of those things. You know what I mean?
Have you seen recent Transformer movies?
Bro.
No.
Yes, I have. And the problem with them is that they take themselves way too seriously. The ones with, like, fucking Mark Wahlberg and shit. And, like, Mark Wahlberg is a ridiculous actor.
No, I love Mark Wahlberg.
So is Shia LaBeouf. But, like, they're making them do classic Hollywood shit. They're not... This is not, like, Sharknado level.
Okay, you're right.
Dumb
it isn't
bullshit.
Sharknado level.
You know what I mean?
No,
like,
yes.
No. It needs that level of self-awareness. Michael Bay's ego is too big to be even semi-close to self-aware. Right?
Yeah, okay.
He does not have the self-awareness to make anything except a multi-million-dollar blockbuster movie that millions of people are supposed to go see. What they should make is a competent action film that if 500,000 people saw it, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, spend no money on it. None.
That's probably not going to happen.
Because it's got John Cena in it. So already you know that they're down to spend millions of dollars. This is going to be a movie that takes itself way too fucking seriously.
It's going that in itself could end up being entertaining, because whether or not it...
What the fuck? No.
Whether or not 500,000 people see it or 10 billion people see it, that doesn't affect the viewing experience.
Listen, not unless you have Tom Servo, Crow, and Mike making fun of the movie. Okay,
Do they still do riff tracks?
They do riff tracks. In fact, just a quick plug. They in the Always On category on Twitch, there's a Riff Tracks channel.
Really?
And there's a Shout Factory, which shows old episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
That's cool. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so highly recommended there. But I've been watching the Riff Tracks channel for like 3 days now. It's great.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Okay, just making sure. All right. Well, look, either way, it's going to be terrible. The question is, it going to be entertaining, terrible, or terrible, terrible?
No, I think it's just going to be terrible, terrible, because when you do that with no amount of self-awareness like that, like it's going to be Duke Nukem, but done the same way that he did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Who's going to want to see that?
I like that.
Fuck off.
Oh, Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
moving on.
But is there any level of self-awareness with those?
No,
Besides maybe some one-off jokes.
Yeah. No, if there is any self-awareness, it's in the writing itself, which I don't know that Michael Bay has anything to do with the writing.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No, he's just like, set up those barrels of TNT over there, Johnny.
Add more TNT.
Yeah.
So, Epic's success with Fortnite doesn't seem to be spreading to their other titles.